Now we're doing episode 5 of Love You Teacher. Remember, when you're gonna see this is 4 to 3 months from now. If you're ready to see it on the day of the day, it is on my Patreon. Go check it out. Anyways, so remember last episode they did a competition on the play. Apparently they won. Solar's class won. It's kind of unique. It was what was it? Snow White and the Seven Avengers, of course. So far, Sonny's doing great without no problems. Even PubMec noticed that everything is doing good. The kids like him. He's doing great. No problems. So we thought, because there's always going to be problems around the corner. Now, while PubMec is admiring Son's achievements, Z looks at PubMec and asks Z if he actually is practicing his guitar. Because remember, they almost found the actual salvation. No, what was the word I'm looking for? They solved the whole problem of trying to get back Solar to his body by getting the CD that PubMec sang, but PubMec accidentally broke the CD. So all he has to do is to get a guitar and re-sang the song, I guess, or sing some other songs. But what I'm learning is that because PubMec used to do music in high school, he left that because of his mother. So now he needs to redo these practice because he's a bit rusty. And Z's like, dude, you have to go back to the music because it's the only key that they have to bring back Solar. If you don't do that, we're pretty much stuck with in between Solar and Sun every other day. And it's so confusing, it's stressful, and it's draining. Then Z said that if anyone in the higher ups of the director of teaching finds out about Solar's problem, it will be problematic. But then PubMec says that they have a principal that can help them. But looking right now, Sammy's character is actually under pressure because each teacher comes with their folder, with their problem, with their children, and she has to actually go through all this. Meanwhile, the real principal is having the time of his life. Meanwhile, she's just here doing all this work. One thing I love about this drama, we're in episode 5, literally half of the drama, and we're already friends. Now, seeing that Z and PubMec see that Sammy's character is literally stressing out, Z said that Sammy's character should eventually, they are friends. She can ask for help, but she's like, no, I have my own responsibilities and I have to take care of them. Again, you are supposed to be the sub-principal, right? The one that's taking over for the real principal, yet the real principal is not here. I wonder why he decided to just take this vacation 1 year. Literally, you've been a principal for 1 year. How long is this principal going to take his vacation? The principal even tells Z and PubMec that the real principal actually talked to her the other day and tells her that he's extended his vacation. He says he wants to focus on meditation and focus on finding himself spiritually. Like, dude, what? And the board of directors are okay with this. Also, this real principal name is Maximoff. But Sammy's character, which is the principal, says that Principal Maximoff is the least of our problems. We're worried about a person named Miss Pang. Apparently, Miss Pang actually works for the board of directors of teaching, and one wrong, strict move that she says can definitely ruin your entire career. And as soon as she said that, here comes Miss Pang. Girl, just so you know, we're seeing you here, and we're also going to see you tomorrow on Sunday on My Romance Camera. You making your money. Do your thing. Anyways, so Miss Pang decided that she wants to talk to the principal alone. So Z and PubMec went out, but still peeking to see what's happening. And Sun saw, or Solar, I couldn't tell who is Sun and Solar at this point. I had to wait until PubMec calls the name because I was confused in this episode. But anyways, they told Sun, or must be Solar, about what's happening, and even he knows who this person is. But anyways, so we're gonna assume this is Solar. Anyways, so Miss Pang came and she was on a mission. Anyways, Miss Pang showed the principal a photo of Solar, saying she wished to speak to Solar. And principal's like, why? Why do you want to speak to her? So she said that she gets parents concerned about Solar because apparently their children are telling the parents that Solar is out acting like a child named Sun, and it's very concerning for the parents, and it's not even in a good way. So the principal, who already knows what's going on, she's making up a lie saying that Solar is actually on a free day and he's not in, so he can't talk to her. So now she is like, Miss Pang is like, okay, then I'll come another day, and on that day I want to speak to Solar. So when Miss Pang left, of course these three was hiding until principal saw, and she told them everything that Miss Pang said. And knowing that the principal knows about PubMec trying to learn to redo playing the guitar just to get Solar in back to his normal self, she tells PubMec to hurry up and learn about the guitar so they can get Solar back, so everything can go back to normal. So now, Miss Pang don't tell the board of directors of teaching so they don't get in trouble and the whole chaos won't get too much wild. It's easy said than done, but PubMec hasn't touched the guitar for years, so he's a lot rusty. That, and the reason he didn't touch it is because of his mother, because right now he's trying to play the guitar, but he's a little bit shaky and a little bit like there's so much things holding him back, and in his head constantly remembering what his mother said about music career and that it's not gonna amount to anything and it's just useless. And the fact that he gave up this just because of his mother, I kind of understand. It's sad that you gave up something that you really like for your parents, but right now he can't muster the courage to do this. He wants to. Can you imagine? He gave up all this for his mother, never looked back on it until he met Solar, and knowing that this could help him literally gave him the little courage. But I think you guys need to understand about PubMec is all his life he's never done anything for anyone, and until he met Solar. And you have to understand, no one ever gave him the love that he wanted, the attention to show him how much he worth until Solar. Remember, his mother always put down all the things that he wanted to do, put in his brain that he should do this or he should do that, he should be better than Z is more better than him. She never gave him the encouragement as much as Solar did. Solar is a person that was always there for him, saw what's great in him, saw the potential in him, saw that he can do anything, and better of all, give him the love that he wanted. And he never got that. And that is why PubMec is so clingy on Solar, because without Solar, he is nothing. Just like the principal said, without Solar, it's a big of a mess. So if he lost Solar, he would definitely be one big plop of slime. Okay, so practice session is over, even though we didn't get to practice, and the lunch bell is rang because it was lunchtime at the time and it's now over. So Solar ready to leave, but PubMec grabbed him and put out a coupon. Apparently this coupon is like a stress relieving coupon that Solar gave to PubMec. On it says kiss per hour. Basically Solar gave this to PubMec for like a relief stress. So Solar literally gave him to use it whenever, but PubMec decided that he wants to use it now. They were about to kiss, but there are students there, always ruining the moment. Let me tell you something. This episode was always ruined by students. Just giving you a heads up. Anyways, PubMec asked the student, why is it that they are not in class? They said that the class is boring, and PubMec kind of agrees with them with the class is boring until he found out that the class that they're talking about is his class, the mathematics class. And he had to threaten them to leave by trying to tell them that he's going to write their name down in the book. The book is basically when they write their name out of being naughty, it goes to the parents, and the parents finds out what their children is doing. That's why it's a big threat. Then we see Miss Pang in her private little car going through the pictures of the teachers that was presented to her from the parents, and she stumbled on the perfect picture that she's looking for. Solar, but with Solar there is PubMed. But that's not what got her eyes attention, because trust me, her eyes was very keen. She looked in the background. In that background there was a calendar, the very one that's also at PubMed and Solar's home. On it, each one of them is labeled Sun, Solar, Sun, Solar, labeling that when Sun and Solar can switch on the days when they appear. Now, apparently, Miss Pang actually caught on to it. She's a smart girl, so she decided that she's gonna come on the day when Sun is there. Smart ass woman. She calculated it already. Okay, today is cleanup day, where the students learn the value of being clean. And today is also Sun's Day, not Sunday, Sun's Day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I honestly, when the show came out with the pilot and the trailer, none of them prepared me of how good Santa would act as a child. I knew he was good at acting, but then seeing him acting as a 7-year-old, knowing how to do body languages, how to steer the kids, how to act with kids, how to act as a kid, was something I wasn't prepared for, but he is good. Plus the outfits that he wears makes it even a bonus. First of all, before I start, there are certain things that I like when Samantha wears in this drama, but there are some I just don't like. This one, on the other hand, is a thumbs down. Anyways, Samantha's character, which is the principal, is talking to PubMed, and she tells PubMed that Miss Pang will come the next day, and PubMed is like, good thing that day Solar will be appearing. But the thing is, there's a problem, because here comes Z running from God knows where, the entrance of the school gate, to them. Z said that they have big trouble because he saw Miss Pang out the school gate coming into the school, and that's impossible because the principals clearly know that she's supposed to come the next day, not this day. So why is she coming on a day when Sun is coming out? Let me tell you, we already discussed this. The Miss Pang has a keen eye, and she kind of calculate who she wants to meet. She doesn't want to meet Solar. She just wants to meet the fact that who Sun is. She wants to analyze when Sun is coming. Now that she knows when, homegirl got a plan, and she planned it real well. As soon as she arrived with this purple clothes, it reminds me of Scooby-Doo, the girl that with the purple clothes. What's her name? I don't know. It's not the one with the glasses. The other one that looks like she has all that and she acts like she's all that. Anyways, Samantha's character, who is the principal, is shocked, like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I'm here on business. And also, I'm not here alone. Homegirl literally called the parents as well. So the parents are here, and Samantha's character is like, why is the parents all here? And one of the parents is like, we're here for the parents meeting today. And Samantha's character is like, no, there is no parents meeting today. I don't know nothing about that. And one of the parents is like, it's all over in the group chat. And Samantha's character is like, what group chat? I'm not invited to a group chat. I don't know nothing about no group chat. Why wasn't I told in this said group chat? And one of the parents is like, well, we're all in the group chat except for you because Miss Pang planned it. And I'm like, girl. And then Samantha's character can't even deny them because they're already here, so might as well go and look for their children. But here's the problem. See, remember, Solar isn't here. Sun is. And knowing that Miss Pang is parading with the parents all around, it's a problem, because if this woman finds out Sun, it's gonna be a problem, and we don't want that. So now PubMed and Z's mission is to try and get Sun so they cannot discover Sun, which is gonna be a problem because Sun is a person that likes to have fun and has his own way. So we're gonna see how that one's gonna work out. Now, we literally has no plan, but for now, Samantha's character here is distracting Miss Pang so she don't get to see Sun, which literally is behind her. So while on the other hand, literally on the other side of the field, Z and PubMed are running to get to Sun. To be honest, I don't know how Z is a PE teacher, which is supposed to be good at physical activities, yet he made Pubmec run faster than him. I guess it's because it's Pubmec's man why he is literally sprinting past the professional PE guy. But anyway, they got to him. And while Samantha's character is distracting Homegirl here, they're at the back trying to convince Sun to stay quiet and follow Pubmec, or at least follow them so the girl don't see. Remember, Sun does know nothing. Solar does. So we're trying our best to convince a 70-year-old to go with Uncle, who is not Uncle Kidnapper anymore. At least we acknowledge that. Now, before I start, remember when I said Pubmec and Z was trying to take Sun away to get away so Miss Pang doesn't see him? You notice this is only Pubmec with Sun, right? Well, when they were trying to get Sun to stay quiet and come with them, Sun accidentally knocked out Z, and Z's out cold while these two are out here. So to convince Sun to compromise, Pubmec told Sun that the woman in purple is actually a witch, and she's a witch that takes any kids away and heat them and, whatever with them. And that actually convinced his 70-year-old son. Like, literally, it convinced him. And now he's out here thinking that he needs to hide away from a big purple-clothed witch. Now, Miss Pang sees that something is off, especially seeing that homeboy Z is knocked out. But that's besides her points, because she doesn't really care about it. She sees three girls, and the three girls, Elsa's crew. She looked at them and then asked about Solar. Is there something off with Solar? But the thing that she doesn't know is that the principal already saw through what she would have done. So she looked at the trio and asked them to help her out. Now, immediately it was off, red flag already, when the three of them saying the same thing like it was clearly rehearsed. So that alone Miss Pang saw the red flag already, so she decided to bribe the girls. Literally bribe them more than the principal with a cute bag. Because, fashion is Elsa's crew's favorite thing. So immediately as the bribe got bigger, they started telling this woman everything. They tell her that Solar sometimes act as a 7-year-old boy some other days, and his name is Sun, and how this and that happened. And I'm like, girl, imagine this woman came prepared. It's like she knew about the students before she even knew about the teachers. I'm like, oh, girl, you were definitely prepared. She is good. Her character in My Romance Scammer is also great because she got that. I wonder if she's gonna get in a GL or at least in a lead role. I'm looking out for that. Well, things aren't looking so good, so Samantha's character texted Pubmec and tells him to run. Basically, in definition, she ran out of plans. The plan that she had didn't work, and she ran out of plans, and the only thing she can tell this person is to run, because clearly they cannot get caught. Okay, but when they start running, everywhere they look, there's either parents there, and also Miss Pang. So they're literally cornered. But before they got caught, Pubmec sees their favorite scholars, so he asks them for help to hide Solar. And it worked. I'm trying to feel convinced why is Solar Sun, not Solar, Sun. So Santa, you really clearly like the wedding holding hands. I do hope they get married in this episode. It will be cool. You can tell that Santa is good with the kids. He's definitely having fun. They're having fun. But, they're acting, but they're having fun. You see how that boy held his foot up just so no one can see Sun's head? Genius. Anyways, a problem hits. Before we talk about the problem, Z finally wakes up. Remember, Z got knocked unconscious because he tried to help, Pubmec, to help Sun to get away from Miss Pang, but clearly he got knocked out. But I mean, the principal was there to wait until he wakes up, but that's not the problem. The problem is that while we're seeing that son was hidden away, yeah, Miss Pang captured. That's what she said. Captured, Public. See, the thing is, while she is so eager to find Solar and want to talk to Solar, she doesn't know PubMed. Like, literally, she doesn't know PubMed. She's not familiar with PubMed. So she's like, what is your name? Teacher. And PubMed is like, my name is PubMed. And she's like, thank you, PubMed. But I will need to talk to you because clearly I don't know who you are. Okay, so here where information will shock you because it shocked me. So while Paul Meg is sitting with Miss Miss Pang, she started asking multiple questions like what does he do as a teacher? Like what does he teach? And he said he teach mathematics. Then she asked him what he studied, where he studied, but then the real question kicks in. Are you a licensed teacher? Which shocked me the most because homeboy looked at her and said, I'm this close to getting it. I'm like, come again? She's like, hold up. You're teaching literally you're teaching and you don't have a license? Are you crazy? And he's like, oh, well, I'm this close. Then she popped a big question. Now, she started talking, and the way she started talking about PubMed is like this girl already knew about him bigger than the encyclopedia. And I've seen thick encyclopedia, but I've heard there's more thicker than that. But anyways, homegirl's like, why are you teaching when clearly you obviously show that you have no interest in teaching? And I'm like, girl, if you knew why, would you even be here? I mean, technically, you're probably lecturing me even more. And he's like, I am this close to getting my license. I want to be a teacher. And the way she started lecturing him and giving all the negativity about what he's doing and what he's not doing, at this point, homeboy could even get a word in. And at this point, he didn't even want to say anything because, I mean, she's kind of right on certain points. But at the same time, hearing it from her mouth makes it all sound bad. But then Z and the principal came to protect PubMed as good friends should. And by the way, Miss Pan looked at Z and said, what happened to your face? So what happened to his face is while he was unconscious, the girls drew on his face. So there's that. But he doesn't know that. But anyways, we're talking and they're like, PubMed is a good teacher. He did everything right. Kids like him. But I mean, that doesn't justify that homeboy does not have his teaching license. That's illegal. You can't teach without a license. That's not right. But then Miss Pang is like, who the hell are you? And he's like, my name is Z. And do you? Yes, I have my license. And she's like, yeah, I don't really care about that. But still, you guys are new to my faces. I got the name and that's all I need to know. Since Solar isn't here, I'll be coming another time to see Solar. Before she leaves though, she looks at all three of them and especially Z, and she said that it's the way how they're protecting Solar and protecting someone that's PubMed who is teaching children illegally. And trust me, that is going to be on to the board of directors to decide what that they're going to do. But trust me, it's not good. Also, she said she may work with the board of directors, but she doesn't have the last say. But she does make sure that justice is made. She also said that the school is wrong, especially the principal, for hiring a person who is not equipped to teach. Literally, that's illegal. And Solar parading around being an adult and a child. You see how wrong that is? Now, if we put it in reality, can you imagine? You hire someone that is not literally licensed to teach. That's legal. And second thing, you hear that a big adult teacher acting like a child. Now, I'm not saying this sickness does not exist. I'm just saying, hearing it from people saying that, oh, this man is an adult acting like a 7-year-old. Do you hear how much of a red flag that is around kids? You hear yourself? Yeah, that's not good. So I kind of understand where this situation is going. So when Miss Pang left, which first of all, when she was walking, she literally passed Son, which I don't understand how she did not see him. But anyways, while she left, or when she about to leave, before she reached Sun was looking scared, and he has his hand over his ears. Then we got a glimpse of the 7-year-old son seeing both his parents having an argument, and I'm trying so hard to not like cry, but at the same time I would love to see that side, or what really happened in Sun's side in the past, on the next episode, because I feel like there's so many things that we're not seeing. It could help us in a way where, we can get to know what's happening to Sun and how it switched back from Sun to Solar. Also, we see a guitar. Is the father or mother or anybody likes music or something? Because if that is, I can see why the switch up worked. One thing I noticed about Sun is that Sun has an ability to block out all the negativity, even though clearly he is sad. But anyways, he jumped up looking happy, even though a couple seconds ago he was scared and sad. But he jumped up, looked at Pubmec, and is like, yay, the witch and the zombies are gone. I'm assuming we know the witch is Miss Pang, but the zombies are supposed to be the parents, I guess. Okay, so next day, and clearly Pubmec has been thinking a lot from what happened yesterday, and he came early to the school and went to the principal office, and he saw the principal, but from the outfit that she's wearing, you could tell that she never left the school. Anyways, Pubmec looked at the principal and said everything that happened yesterday, and plus when Miss Pang spoke to him, he get to realize that things aren't what he think he seems. And he handed the principal his resignation letter because he is going to quit. He then stated that he doesn't want to be a teacher anymore, and he's glad that he didn't get the license because clearly students doesn't like him. And he doesn't want to stay around students that doesn't want him in it, and it's perfect that he quit. But the thing is, while he's saying that, principal sees differently. She even handed in her resignation, and Pubmec is like, you can't quit, you're the principal. And she's like, if you're gonna quit, I'm gonna quit. I'm like, girl, you one of those true friends. This isn't even a principal and teacher thing. This is like a friend. Like, if you're quitting, I'm quitting. Technically, she's just a substitute principal. At the end of the day, she has no say in certain things that she does, but at the same time, she's telling Pubmec, like, dude, you can't quit. And you are one of the good ones. Which got us to the flashback to Pubmec and Solar university days, because clearly we're in a university of teaching, I guess. Because Pubmec is helping Solar with his exam, because he's taking his exams to get that license to be a teacher. Because remember, Pubmec said he wants to be a teacher, and Solar wants to be a teacher, and Pubmec is helping Solar. God damn. But the thing is, Solar is not focusing. The time is hot, and Pubmec is sweating, and what he's wearing, I don't even blame Solar. Solar says he can't handle it. You look so sexy. I couldn't focus. To be honest, seeing this kiss makes me look back at episode 6, and I'm shocked to this day seeing how their relationship just flourished. You know what? Moving on. Even back then, they had a voucher coupon. See, so Solar is getting tired of studying. So Pubmec said he has a 1-hour kiss coupon, and you can only use it every hour, I believe. And if you use this one, you don't get it anymore. So Solar said he wants to use this coupon right now, and he used it, and he's like, Pubmec is like, you just wasted that, right? He's like, it's all worth it. At the end of the day, you need another one, which only comes every hour. So Solar said it's time, so he can know when he can use it again. The coupon only lasts like for an hour, so I think every hour you can get a kiss, but it's just one kiss per hour. So unless Pubmec has another coupon, I'm not sure. But still, it was worth it. I ain't gonna lie you. Let me tell you something. Perth with glasses looks so darn good, and Santa with long hair, hell yeah. The funny thing about this particular scene is that someone on the X said that in the script, all they had to do was like use a coupon, kiss, and Pubmec would tell him to study, and Solar would just stop and just study, right? But These two improvises because Podmek, which is Perth, patted Solar, which is Santa, on the head, which was never scripted, and then he said, "Go and study. Are you studying or not?" Solar, which is Santa, mimicked it and said, "Oh, you studying or not?" Which was not a part of the script as well. So they know how to improvise. We're back in the present, and because Podmek said he's not a good teacher, he's not good and being a teacher, or at least good at this job. But the principal said that's not true because you did great as a teacher, but also convinces Solar to be a great teacher. With him here, everything is great. So they were convinced to themselves that they will try harder to do not only be a good teacher, but also Podmek promised to work hard on that exam so he can get the teacher license thing, and they tore up their resignation saying that they will never quit. So Z and Solar came after hearing the announcement of not quitting, but Z got so preoccupied because his OCD kicked in when he saw all these bits of paper on the ground. But Solar said he's proud of Podmek for not quitting because he knows that Podmek has a lot to offer for the kids, and he is sure that when he gets his teaching license, the children will love him to teach him. And trust me, he is good at teaching, and he's a good teacher. So all they need to do is prove that to Miss Pang. First of all, out of all the outfits that Samantha's character wore throughout what I've seen so far, this one eats without leaving any crumbs. Like the color combo, amazing. But anyways, the parents are here in the meeting along with Miss Pang, and the principal comes out and she made the biggest announcement. She said, "I know that you're here because you heard about Solar and the fact that Solar is out here being a 7-year-old, but also switching up and down as an adult." She clarified and confirmed that it is true, and that even though she never tell anyone, this is exactly what's happening. She also tells them the situation, but also there is a monitor behind them, and on that monitor they played it for Solar to talk. Anyways, the person that came up with the idea was Solar himself. Solar said it's best to just tell the truth instead of running away and hiding. It's just going to prolong the problem and make the problem even more. So anyway, on the big screen, Solar at this time says, "Right now I am adult Solar. And yes, I do switch from being a 7-year-old kid and an adult. Right now I am adult Solar. But by the time you're seeing this video, the person that you will be seeing on stage is not adult Solar. It is a 7-year-old son." So after that, the video ends and they went for Son along with some kids walking to it. Oh my God, Santa actor is so cute. Nada. Let me tell you something. Son was a big boy here. He was shy, but he was acting as a big boy. He deserved 5 lollipops. Anyways, he introduced himself as Son. He says he's 7 years old and he is in grade 2 of class 1. Cute. Now after that, then Miss Pang decided to express her concerns about this, but also the student says, "No, Solar and Son are great to us. It's not what you think, yada yada." Even though we're seeing the 7-year-old and he's claimed evidence that this is happening, just let you know, the principal and all the teacher are here to protect Son and Solar because we're all family. Now here's the thing, Podmek tries to reason with Miss Pang, but Miss Pang isn't having it. She says she wants Podmek and Solar to exit out the school because clearly we know Podmek is not literally legally a teacher, and Son is clearly not physically, mentally ready for such teaching role. So Podmek tries to apologize for the inconvenience that he has caused, but Miss Pang is not having it. Then, oh my God, then Son say, "Hey auntie, why are you doing this to teacher Podmek? He's not that bad. He's nice. Why you have to be like that?" I'm like, it's the hunty witch for me. That's what got me. But then Son took out the little book and pointed out and said this is proof to show that teacher PubMec is a good teacher. Well, this is where you know that kids say the darnest things. They don't have any filter. So Miss Pang says she can't see from this distance. She don't know what's written on it. Son took the book and closed it, and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were farsighted because when you reach a certain age, he thought you can see far." I'm done. Now, after hearing the teacher out and seeing clear evidence on how great the teachers are around their children, the parents come to conclusion that they want PubMec to actually continue teaching and also Son to stay in school because clearly their children are happy with Son, but also learning stuff from Solar. Seeing that she's outnumbered, Miss Pan can't say anything, but she did said to PubMec that he is legally not a teacher, but she will give in a year, and hopefully by that year he has his license and can teach. After that, she will come and do her business and see how far of a long they have progressed. From now, they won this battle and Miss Pang left. Now, after taking a pause from studying, because remember, he's definitely studying to take that teacher's test so he can get the license to become a teacher, here comes Son with laundry. Son says he's a big boy and he can do laundry and he can help out because he doesn't want to be a burden to Uncle anymore, and he wants to prove that he's worthy and worth the effort to stay and not saying that he's a lazy person. I'm shocked. This 7-year-old boy is trying to do big boy stuff. Also, I love the belt. It's very unique. I love how these designers are putting details into things. So many colors. And also the kitchen, everything is clean. I wasn't expecting this side of the cleanliness. But anyways, so we clearly know that PubMec is missing Solar so much. But right now we only have Son. So seeing how much Son is grown to a big boy now, and he's doing things, he's listening, he's not being how he was a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago. So PubMec feeling down, he says he wants to give him a hug, literally give him a hug, because at this point he's proud of Son. The reason PubMec said that is because Son handed him the guitar for him to play the guitar, because I'm not too remembering if Son knows about the whole deal of playing the guitar. Because if he does, then he's really a big boy and accepting the fact that he can't stay in this body. Then if that's the case, wow, he really has grown. But while PubMec is hugging Son, he looks in the mirror and imagine that Solar is the one hugging him. At this point, he really needs Solar because he's very much emotional. He's very down, and the person that he needs right now is Solar. But Solar isn't here at the moment. The whole back and forth personality is definitely taking a toll on PubMec, and he really wanted a hug from the man that he loves. But even though it is the body of the man that he loves, technically, brain-wise, physically, mentally, this is not Solar, the man that he loves. But at this point, he has to grow to accept what's happening right now, but also keep in mind on the price of trying to get the man that he loves back to normal permanently. Anyways, after Son kindly went to do the laundry, even though after the laundry, PubMec instructed him to take a shower. He's like, I'm a big boy, I know when to do. But anyways, after that, PubMec decided to sit down and text Z saying that he needs his help with something. Anyways, he also imagined that when he had the voucher kiss card, that here comes Solar, tearing that voucher, but then he took the voucher, he didn't tear it, and he said this is a one of a lifetime and probably the last voucher, and he needed to use it for important. So in this imagination of his, Solar didn't use it but gave a free kiss. But the thing I'm noticing in this one, we hardly see PubMec in glasses, right? So is he imagining this with the glasses, or back in he's here, Solar here is short. But anyways, the fact that he's imagining the life right now with Solar, you can see how much of a stress of a toll it is, and he really needs Solar. He really does. He can't do anything without Solar, but he is trying for the man that he loves. Remember, there are certain things that he will never do, but for the man that he loves, yeah, he'll do anything. I really hope this practicing will have a really good end result, because we don't have any other plan other than depending on PubMec to actually gain the courage to play the guitar and actually play for his man. And maybe that would help, because if that's not going to help, we're going to resort to Love Upon a Time, trying to wish upon a star, and hopefully that helps, because I don't know what to say. Or we're just going to leave it up to going back and forth with Solar Sun. It's gonna be hectic, but you can imagine when they do get married, we have to wait for Solar on a specific wedding so we can marry to this man. But it's been a while since they did Boom Chicka Bang Bang, so we need to put that pep in the step and get Solar back.